Hello, welcome to Stories in Time. My name is Eloise Schottler. I'm your storyteller. Well, I came out of my house this morning and it was bright and sunny, and that always makes me feel so good. And it made me remember another day that was bright and sunny that became very important for me. At that time, it was summertime, and I came out, skies so blue, warm breezes, so lovely a day that I got in my car and I decided I wouldn't rush. I was going up to a shopping center, that I wouldn't rush, I would take my time. So I went a back way. There's only one thing. You go that back way and it's a narrow 2-lane road. And on one side are either houses or a ditch. On the other is a railroad track. Ordinarily, that would not have been a problem, but after a few minutes, I realized I didn't want to go as slow as I was. And the reason I was going so slow, I was trapped behind a rattly, paneled truck. He was just poking down that road. And your instinct is to come up close, honk your horn, try to pass him. Well, I couldn't pass on the right because that was a ditch. And I couldn't pass on the left. It was a 2-lane road and there was oncoming traffic. And then he hit a rut in the road. And I saw something fall off the back of his truck. I'm not surprised. I had taken the inventory of that truck. It was full of household goods. A mattress standing up. Carpet standing up. There were the legs of a table. Obviously, the bottom was on the trunk of the floor. Legs of chairs, boxes, lots of brown cardboard boxes full that no one had taken the time to seal. So, when I heard that clap onto the asphalt, I wasn't surprised to see a black photograph album laying there. But the pages were open. It had fallen out and landed flat. And I could see that there were black and white photos on every page. Small black and white photos. Oh, it was somebody's family. I was willing to bet it. And I just thought about, he doesn't know he's lost it. I've got to let him know. I know what it took for me to get my old photographs from my aunt. I had to get up there and find out. So I pushed right up against the back of that truck as close as I could get and honked the horn. I waved out the window, thinking he would see in his side view mirror, but he didn't. There was no indication that he saw me and that I was trying to get in touch with him. None. He got to the end, stopped at a stoplight, and I thought, I'm about to lose him. But when he pulled out, he pulled to the right into a service station. Wow. I followed him. I waited my turn, came out, and pulled into the same service station. And I pulled up right beside his truck. And my mirror was right there level with his. And I honked the horn, put the window down, and waved out the passenger side window. Hey, hey, hey! And finally, a bald-headed man looked out the window. He was up a little bit higher than me, so he was looking down. And I could see by the look on his face what he was thinking. Crazy woman. Crazy, crazy. And I said, hey, you dropped something off the back of your truck. I know you don't know it. I'm just trying to tell you. Something fell off your truck. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a photograph album. Lady, I told you, it doesn't matter. That stuff, a 92-year-old woman just died. Never married, didn't have any children, no family. I've been hired to take all that stuff to the dump. Oh, nobody wants it. Well, I did. So I turned my car around and I headed back down that road, just as I had come. It was a little bit further than I thought, but there it was. I could see it. It was laying in the road. A black photograph album, cardboard covers tied together with a shoestring. I waited for the traffic to clear. I was careful. I pulled over as far as I could on the railroad side. And then I ran out, picked it up, and jumped back into my car. And when I got home, I carefully went through that album. And it was black and white photographs all through. It was a summer vacation a long time ago, by the clothing. A white-haired woman held up a dish mop and threatened the photographer. A little white dog sat up to have its picture taken. There were boats. Everybody was smiling in the pictures. And on every page, there was a dark-haired woman wearing a white pantsuit. Looked like those wide-leg pants that they used to wear in the 40s, 30s and 40s probably, with a white blouse. She had perched a captain's hat, sort of cockeyed on her head. She was on just about every page. I think that must be the 92-year-old woman that just died. That's what I think. Because you see, I looked under every one of those photographs, and nowhere in that album is there a name. There's not a name on any photograph, not a name written within that book. She knew them all, so she didn't write the names on. The story, there's no story. It's all left to my imagination. Now this story, which I call the album, that's a true story. And it happened right here in Montgomery County, Maryland, where I live, more than 20 years ago. And ever since, I often take this album out, just like I have today, and I look at it myself, or I take it for a storytelling performance, and I add this story in. And what has happened is that over that time, the album itself has a story, because people will come up to me afterwards and they'll tell me, thank you for that story. You know what? I'm going home, and as soon as I get home, I'm going to write the names on the back of all of my photographs. I know I've done that. I hope you're thinking about that too. And when the story's over, maybe you'll consider taking out your photographs and a little Sharpie and writing the names on the back if you haven't already. Thank you so much for coming to hear the story. We'll be back again. I hope you'll be back again.